All right, welcome back, everybody. In our last session, our players discovered the presence of this intimidating red dragon army camped outside of Vogler. They made their way back to the city to warn Mayor Raven, as well as some of the other NPCs, about the presence of this force. I just heard a ping. What was that?
Sorry, that was me joining the stream. You're good.
Oh, okay. We warned the village about this force, and as we were beginning to have discussions about what to do about it, we were rejoined by Cudgel and her lieutenant. She relayed that the remainder of her forces are, in fact, still under her control and loyal to her, but she also had alarming news which corroborated our adventurers' claims about this huge army camped far to the northwest of Vogler. And essentially what ended up coming of that discussion was Mayor Raven decided, I'm going to draft a letter and let them know that Vogler is completely neutral in all conflicts and there's no reason for them to essentially interact with the village at all. They're going to stay out of any of their business, and that should be the end of it. Our players were not so convinced, especially since they saw these what were potentially members of this army assailing knights on their way to Vogler. And our party is convinced that those two elements are the same, and if they are the same, they don't mean well for anyone. But Mayor Raven was not quite convinced yet and wanted to go through the proper channels and said she was going to send a message. Well, our players had to just accept that as the reality, with Nimoy grumbling that we should probably get the hell out of this village right now. But exhausted, everyone decided we will sleep in the keep at the top of the hill for the evening and then see what's going to go on the next day. Well, what happened the next day was unfortunate for Nimoy's plans anyway, as we discover that a rider arrives to announce that come that evening, Vogler would be expected to house the Red Dragon army. And if they refuse, they would be destroyed. This ultimatum didn't sit well with anyone and raised quite a few red flags. So our party decided that they are going to help Vogler evacuate, something that they were able to convince Mayor Raven to do in our last session. How that is going to happen is still up in the air, but one of the things our party had to figure out was how are we going to get Cudgel back to her forces so that at least some defense could be mounted, if anything, to delay the enemy. And how are we going to get her past the messenger? And they decided, well, if there's no messenger to report about people leaving town, which they were forbid to do, then there wouldn't be a problem. So our party began a two-pronged attack. One, to take out this messenger using a clever illusion of Nimoy's, pretending to be Raven handing off a reply. And two, to attack the scouts perched at the top of the cliff that were, up until our party inspecting the situation at the top of the fortress tower, hidden from our party. And using the gnome flinger, they were able to transport a couple members of the group to the other side of the pass to deal with them. And that's where we ended our session, after defeating both the scouts and the rider and her warhorse as it tried to flee, buying Vogler some considerable time, enough time to coordinate some kind of response before the host of the Red Dragon army descends upon Vogler. What that time will be and how it is used, we will discover in this session. For right now, our players are currently split up. Nimoy, rather wounded. I believe you actually just made it to the top of the cliff. So I think everybody is perched on the cliff above Vogler at the moment, being able to watch as Cudgel takes off on horseback up the road to reunite with her soldiers. Now, currently, it is early morning on what will probably be Vogler's last day. What would our players like to do?
Anybody but Nimoy. Because he's looking to the rest of you.
So we're currently on top of the cliff area. I think, what was it? Becklin came out with us.
Did she?
I think at the top of the cliff right now, it's just the four of us and some corpses.
Right. But Becklin was coming with us to the gate as well as someone else. It was Cudgel, and then Cudgel.
Yeah, and
rode off.
what's his name? The boy.
Darrett.
Yeah. He had kind of come up to the gnome flinger side of things at one point, but I think we kind of lost.
Oh, Darrett's at the tower still.
Okay. Yeah, so we should probably let them know at the gates, and then let the mayor know that we need to get people moving. So that's where my head's at.
Yeah, I think we bought them an afternoon.
Yeah, Nimoy feels like job
Right.
done. We should go. We should go back to the crab. I think we did what we could. And we did so successfully.
Agreed. We can walk down there.
Nimoy's only has a few exploding javelin holes in him.
Nope. Nope, he looks a little roughed up. That's all. 0 HP, you can put javelins in me. Anything else, it's just some dust and scabs.
So we want to climb down the embankment here and go talk to Becklin.
Yeah, Nimoy's already climbing down there.
Yeah.
All right. How does a Laffy climb down?
Much slower than everyone else, because one of my racial things is that I climb at, I think it's significantly slower. It's like, instead of half speed, it's like a fifth speed.
That's fair. I was about to say, it's either going to be painstakingly slow, or she's going to mountain goat that shit and just...
It's half the speed of everyone else climbing, so...
Okay, fair enough. So, our party makes it down the cliff, waiting perhaps a moment for Laffy to catch up, before heading to the north gate of Vogler, where Becklin is waiting. She has taken off her helmet and has it stowed in the crook of her arm. She nods grimly at all of you. I imagine you have taken care of whatever sentries were up there, then?
Job is done.
We should start the evacuation as soon as possible.
Yes, I do believe time is of the essence. Cudgel just took off to go organize her men and reposition them north of town. I guess the next thing we need to do is speak to Raven about what she plans to do for Vogler. And she turns on her heel and starts walking off towards the crab. You'll see Darrett running down the pathway waving at you. He is also making his way to the crab.
Did I hear her say we? We did our job, did we not?
We are in this city, so any evacuation plans?
I do
Kind
not
of had
like how much they rely on us. It makes me
Well-
worried for them.
I'm thinking more for if they're making evacuation boats, I would like to be on an evacuation boat.
Oh, that does sound good.
Can you not swim?
Don't know. I might be able to use that gnome flinger again and shoot myself all the way to Kalaman.
Well, I hope
Use
they have
gnome
boats for
flinger
us.
and levitate.
That is the combo I have in my head. I have that spell.
And that's where we will see Eldquin floating down, down, down by the river.
Well, you start off with like you can move up 20 feet every round, and if you're starting at the tower and then you fling yourself and you move yourself up, like the trajectory of that shot goes up
That's very true. That's very true.
until the spell ends, and then you come down, and it says you gracefully come down, but you're still traveling that speed. So there would be that problem.
Yes, gracefully floating down entirely open terrain, exposed to God knows what, including possibly dragons. Not the
Right,
best
right.
situation.
Yeah.
Should
Literally
we-
flies over the army.
And that's where
you
your spell
stuck.
You come
Replies.
gracefully down in the middle of the army.
So we are waiting for the mayor to give us the plan. The evacuation plan?
Well, we are going to see what the current evacuation plan is.
I
So,
wonder if we should go to docks early. Get in line, you know.
might be smart. Don't know if they want us.
It will be
Doing
women
anything
and children
specifically?
first, of course. But, yeah, let's go see.
So, follow Becklin and Darrett, who joined us, right? Go to the
Yeah.
crab.
Yep, our players will adjourn back to the Brass Crab and see that Mayor Raven is still there, documents in hand, inspecting various papers, perhaps planning for Vogler's evacuation as you all walk into the building. Her eyes shoot up. There's this little speck of hope in them as you arrive. So, what's the situation?
Scouts are dead.
This
Oh.
is the messenger. We have little time. We must organize this evacuation plan as soon as possible.
Yes.
Yes, how will this happen?
Great. The best thing I can come up with is scrounging together enough boats to sail everyone downriver.
Good plan. I like this.
Was there perhaps anything any of you might have in mind?
No, I like your plan.
Other than the boats, I don't know if the gnome flinger can get people across, but that would only be the two. Potentially, depending on how many packs he has to land people. I don't know if that'll even reach across the river, but that's also a risky one.
Becklin sighs. Unfortunately, I don't think he has enough of the nary catchers for the entire population of Vogler. That, and I can't guarantee that thing could be reset fast enough to get everyone out before the Red Dragon army shows up.
I would anticipate. It did work well, however, in our endeavors.
Yes, I will say it was rather interesting watching you all fly through the sky like that. Well, Mayor Raven says, I can certainly agree that using the boats is the best situation we have available to us.
You need word spread? We could go tell others.
That was actually going to be something I was going to ask all of you. If you could please try and round the villagers up into the square as quickly as possible. I'm sure a great many people have no idea the village is even in danger currently.
Nimoy just shakes his head and turns and leaves.
Right. So if you could please go door to door, knock on as many doors as you can, tell people to meet in the village, or get other people to spread the word to meet there. Don't tell them what the problem is, just say it's urgent. People will answer, but I don't want to cause a panic.
It will be fine. Then he steps out of the door.
I have a note here from last time that at the end of last session, Thrag had asked to loot the messenger.
Oh, to loot
Yeah,
the
I-
messenger.
Yeah, I did.
But we had called it there, so
Oh
Right.
yeah, we've got the loot.
Well, aside from the armor these figures would have and the weapons they were armed with, they didn't have anything of note. But if you
What
would
about-
like to loot their armor and weapons, you can.
Would their horse have anything, like a satchel or?
It would have, like, a riding kit,
Oh, okay.
but nothing of particular note.
Where's she want him to go again?
The village square.
Okay. That's what I thought. Just want to make sure it wasn't that and the docks.
Yeah.
The scout's armor, did it have any specific thing that would identify them as that army? Like it was a specific colors or anything?
They all wear various amounts of armor, spanning from cloth to full plate like the rider had,
Mhm.
all of which is bearing very proud emblazonments of that 5-clawed sigil. That is the mark of Dekesis.
We may have want to each take a set of this armor, just in case we need to pass off as members at some point in the future.
Sounds like a good idea.
I would say you definitely could. It would weigh quite a bit, especially the plate armor. But
Right.
if you want to haul all that around, you can. Let me find.
It's got to be half plate, right?
Yeah, I'm fishing out that encounter right now.
25 pounds at least. That's my guess. I wouldn't really know off the top of my head. I just know full plate's like the heaviest thing in the world, and would be a godsend if it was on NPCs you could kill, because it's like 1,000 gold for full plate.
Encounter.
Well, half plate is worth 750.
Still a lot, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it could just be chainmail too. Who knows?
Okay, so you have. Are you looting all of their armor? Because the 4 scouts have scale mail.
Okay.
Makes sense. It's leather. Ish.
And
In the medium armor zone.
Well, I can't wear any of this
Yeah, it's not for
for
that.
so many reasons.
It's definitely it's 5 sets of scale mail.
Stealth. Yeah, because I think scale mail hurts stealth, so I can't wear it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna wear it, but I will take it
For disguise.
for a disguise.
Sure, you can
agent.
carry it.
I
Oh.
steal the insignia off of the horse barding and
Yeah, it's 45 pounds.
Okay, that's probably fine. Yeah.
and strapping for myself.
Oh,
to-
cool.
This is the art for the soldiers. I didn't realize they had that.
That's rad.
Nice. course, it's scale mail. It's dragon themed.
Right.
All right. Was there anything else we wanted to do before we are back in the brass crab?
Wait, I thought we were. Oh, we're
Yeah,
like.
sorry, we flashback to loot and then came back.
Oh, I mean, not Nimoy. He would just have gone to the crab and then started knocking on doors.
And they're all using long swords, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
just plain long swords and javelins.
Good versatile weapon.
All right. Well, if that's the case, we are back in the brass crab. Nimoy just left out the door. What would everybody else like to do? Mayor Raven just mentioned going around asking for people to meet up at the square, and if you could go door to door to assist that, as well as not mentioning the whys, but just letting people know it's important. Furthermore, she says we also need to figure out how many boats we have. So if you could also, if anybody wants to look into that as well, that could speed up assembling this fleet of boats we're going to need. And
I'm gonna pick up 2 javelins too, just so I have some.
okay, we'll do.
I can look at the boats. Perhaps I can lend my assistance there.
Sounds good.
Right, thank you.
I will also try to bring the townsfolk to the central square.
Yes, I think I'm going to try and do that as well. Darrett says. He adjusts his sword belt and then rushes out the door. Becklin nods to Raven and leaves as well without saying anything. Now, Eldquin, you said you were going to help people as well?
Yes.
All right. So, it doesn't take long to make the rounds through the village until you see throngs of people beginning to march towards the square. After a few houses, you get more people willing to go door to door, and it only takes about an hour before word has spread throughout the town and the populace has assembled in the square. Thrag, you make your way through the wharf, looking at the boats, taking count of what is available. Please give me a wisdom.
I think I will help Thrag with that as well. So I have
Survival.
to actually get myself.
Okay, yeah, then both of you can make survival checks, or you can give one advantage.
Let me look at my. You should probably just give me advantage. Unless Thrag has very good survival. There, Thrag?
Greg?
Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Again now?
Okay, good. Yes, let's go.
No, we're asking if you want to give the Laffy advantage.
Oh, yes, sorry.
Okay. All right, Laffy, give us that advantage.
And then I'm D4ing myself as well.
Ooh, nice.
Alright, 27?
All right, that is a phenomenally good check. What you discover making your way through the wharf is the boats assembled there are an alarmingly short supply for the amount of people that need to cross the river. What you are looking at is relatively enough seafaring vessels in the wharf to accommodate half the village's population. And if you're going to get more people downriver, some other method would need to be enacted to enable that.
Alright, do I see anything else we can raftify?
Yeah, with that, using that same check, I will say that there are some ideas that your character could come up with. One of them would be lashing boats together to make bigger boats, which could potentially hold more people, essentially turning 2 boats into a pontoon boat. Also, give me an investigation check.
Much worse at these.
It's the brass crab on stilts.
Unfortunately, you have not seen any evidence of that thus far.
Does anyone have the animal messenger spell?
15.
Can we find a whale? All right, so with a 15, you can also glean that there is a ferry that is tied to ropes for the bridge of town that can take people to the other side of the river. It is comprised of a series of rafts and small boats on a pulley system, so that mechanism could be broken down to acquire quite a few more vessels for this purpose. Beyond that, you also know that there are probably more boats in town that aren't even in the wharf. You could probably convince people to part with these things. It is a very maritime village, and your time here has shown you more than a few houses that even just have boats as decorations on their homes. So these things could be removed from homes or sheds or storages to be put to work as well. But that would require persuading people to part with their personal possessions.
I will have a more skilled persuader do that part.
Hello.
Do we think it would be possible to send like a raven to Calaman? Not a pun on the mayor's name. Like let them know ahead of time. Like, hey, send boats, because a bird would go faster. I just don't know if that's like set up in this world. Like if they have animal messengers.
They very well would have trained animal messengers, but you haven't seen any evidence in Vogler that they have any
so
system
they
like
don't
that in
have
place.
those, so okay, yeah, if that hasn't even been brought up, then forget it. So zero chances of us getting to Calaman or getting a message to Calaman early, unless do you have any like early super cool spells? Probably not, right? Elbquin to be able to like send a message, that's probably too high level.
Literally the only thing I could do would be the gnome flinger myself with levitate thing, and that is a dangerous plan.
I think the gnome flinger levitate's probably putting you in the water.
And we're one level short of me having a swim speed animal.
Right.
right.
That's probably just gonna deal with what it is. It's probably gonna be everyone who can't fight who goes in the boats. It's gonna be a Titanic moment.
Guess we head back to the crab and let the mayor know, so the mayor can start gathering people to do what I discovered, and then I'm off to find Elquin.
What did you discover?
I did an assessment of boats, and we think we can tear apart their ferry, and then lots of people just have decorative boats that we should.
Oh, do you think we could get the whole population with that? Don't know. Okay.
That's the goal.
Your rough estimates with that check, the survival one, would be that if you can get people to volunteer their personal watercraft, if you can get the boats lashed together to create rafts, if you can get the ferry torn down and repurposed, you could get everyone on the boats.
I'm calling it now. The biggest boat belongs to the rich asshole. 1000%. That is the case. And he's gonna be like, "Not my boat."
When their persuasive tactics for that sort of person.
You could just kick
check
him
the
into
boats,
the water.
When I checked the boats, is this true? Does he own the largest boat?
How would you know? Was it his name on the back? I mean, maybe it is.
With him,
It's
very
probably
likely.
it's gonna be a
His
gilded
big
like
name.
fancy. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What was his name again? Let me see. I've got it on here. No.
Lord?
Uth.
Lord Baccharis.
Baccharis Uth.
Feared of Baccharis.
That's the younger guy. Where's the older dude?
I think they're
Baccharis the Younger is the younger dude.
Oh, okay. Baccharis the younger, and then we have Baccharis the older. Why don't I have a handout for him? We totally saw
Good.
him. I don't know why I only have. I got. Wait a minute. I got Becklin Uth. Oh wait, Uth. Baracus Uth and Becklin.
we've got.
Uth is
He's
like a
Lord
title.
Baccharis with.
Lord. He had Lord in front of it. Okay, yeah. So probably Baccharis on the back, right? That makes sense. Just make sure I get these guys down here since I feel like this is gonna happen.
Thrag, give me a survival check.
Oh no. Well, my skills are pretty. He has a +3. Oh yeah, I thought that was a 4.
Nice. So, searching through the wharf, your suspicions are proven true. There is a rather large ferry-like boat that belongs to Baccharis Uth Esteed. It is emblazoned with his title and bears a significant amount of decorative elements that make it incredibly flashy.
How many people could it carry, hypothetically?
If it were packed to the, if it were packed to the brim, it would carry a considerable amount of people.
This will be perfect. I get it ready.
All right, Thrag begins to do that. Now,
Rag the pirate.
the rest of the party is currently making their way through town, gathering people in the square, and doing their own estimations of the boats. It takes most of the early afternoon to accomplish this task, and you were all able to reconvene for the mayor's announcement in the center of town. Now, the colorful Kingfisher Festival decorations still cover the village circle and the festival stage. Unlike the day before, the people collected in the village center are somber, muttering in worried tones as Mayor Raven takes the stage. The mayor doesn't mince words. A dangerous army is heading for Vogler. The Ironclad Regiment will do what it can to defend the town, but we must make ready to flee. Following the mayor's report, the locals stand in stunned silence. Then their questions come in a wave of shouting, anger, and fear. It's impossible to make out any one voice in the flood of accusations and questions and concerns until one voice manages to reach out above them all.
Hello and welcome to.
God damn it. Oh, Brennan, you fuck. Hello! Oh,
That's funny.
God damn it. It's because it's part of a list. Alright, hold on. Let me.
The
That was
autoplay
such
just
perfect
went.
timing.
Yeah.
I assumed you did it on purpose.
No, it wasn't on purpose. The fucking video just autoplayed. Oh my god. Oh.
One voice.
Please tell me that's been recorded.
The whole episode? has been
Yeah,
recorded?
the episode's
That's-
being recorded.
That's great.
Funny.
I fucking love Brennan. Alright. So, anyways. One voice cries out louder than everyone else. Eldquin, you would recognize this voice, having heard it on the previous day during the festival. Mayor Raven, would you say that this army is descending upon Vogler because you have made it this way? What sort of leadership has a hostile army descending upon a peaceful town? There is no means, there's no reason for us to abandon this place. I say we just offer you up. Clearly, this army is more interested in the choices you have made to put Vogler in this position. I say that we allow more practiced heads of state take leadership in these trying times. Eldquin, you recognize Lord Vakaris Uth Esteed speaking up above the crowd, those around him parting from him to create a small circle of influence from which he begins to speak in this way. Everyone grows silent, and eyes turn to Raven for her reply.
Can I speak up here?
You could.
Do you have more information than we do? How did you come to this conclusion?
Well, it is very clear. Vogler is a peaceful town. There would be no reason for any sizable force to take an interest in this place.
Except for its strategic value? Being at the mouth of a river, you can control these waters?
And you're saying that our only recourse was for violence? Could we not talk with these people and arrange some sort of agreement for Vogler to maintain its people and its place here? This makes no sense.
They've already been slaughtering the people on the roads. They do not mean to negotiate. They will take this place by force.
Oh, the roads are a dangerous place of banditry and lawlessness. We cannot be certain that any criminal activity on the roads belongs to this army, which
Except
I am
we
sure...
were attacked by that army on our way here. So, we have first-hand evidence of this. I can hold up the armband from that has the Takesis symbol. This is the symbol that is above that army.
What importance is this symbology? Every army has a symbol or standard. That doesn't mean anything specific.
Do you know anything about Takesis?
I don't know of any lands of Takesis.
There are no lands of Takesis. Takesis is an evil dragon god that happened a long time ago. According to these army goers, they are going from her banner. So, you want to piss off Dragon God? What are you trying to do here?
This is exactly my point, he says, his cheeks beginning to flush red. It is clear Mayor Raven has attracted the ire of these evil men and should be put in her place.
Also in this city. How does anyone's individual actions bring an army here?
Well, she speaks for the people and for an entire town. I can't begin to think of what nefarious things she has done to warrant these people showing up in this manner, putting such good men and women in danger. And you can hear people beginning to mutter discontent as he speaks.
This army also hired the people that we had the unfortunate event yesterday. They did this in secret. There is nothing that is specific to any person here. There is no blame. Drawing blame to someone else right now, the only reason that could happen is that you're trying to seize some kind of power out of this.
I am merely trying to take the place of leadership in this trying time, being such a practiced hand at both diplomacy and lordship as I am. Vakaris Uth Esteed.
Well,
Then why aren't you
show
already
some
in
leadership.
charge?
Show some leadership here in your deference to creating a good way for us to leave the city. Assist in this. If you squabble now, you will die.
Okay. That sounded a little bit like an ultimatum, but I will allow you to choose whether or not you wish to use your intimidation or persuasion to coerce Bakaris's cooperation.
I would rather it be persuasion.
Then feel free.
But I thought I had both. Yeah. Okay. Let's do this. Wait, persuasion. How is it? It won't let me. Okay, there it goes.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Well, let it not be said that Bakar Steed did not turn away from the good people of Vogler. If I must perform some sort of act to be worthy of an office, then so be it. I assume that we are to flee. In which case, please make use of my boat. Any and all who wish to avoid Mayor Raven's consequences with this army, feel free to join me on my raft, the Bakarian. And he leaves. And you see some people. You see
Thrag
some
has
people
removed
follow
the
him.
liver, the figure. He has removed all the unnecessary bits of the ship.
Lord Bakaris is played by the same actor who was Master of Lake Town in The Hobbit. That's him.
Yes.
Oh my! Like, come on.
That's
That
him.
is so fitting.
As he's walking away, Eldrin will say, "That is very gracious of you. I do encourage anyone who feels up to being on the same boat as him, please take that and leave."
You know, the murmuring begins to quiet down, and you see Raven shoot you an appreciative glare as she says, "Yes, in fact, Bakaris has the truth of it. Our best course to avoid this army is to take to the river. So please, everyone, as orderly as you can, pack your things. We must evacuate the city, and we are doing so by boat. Assemble at the wharf, and we will get boats moving down the river as soon as we can fill them. And please, everyone, be quick and be quiet, and take only what you need."
Those who feel they have some time to spare after doing so, help us deconstruct the ferry and help us lash together some boats to create enough room for everyone. If you have decorative boats, we can also get those if you are willing to help your fellow man.
Yeah, you know what, Elfquin? Give me a persuasion check.
I'm gonna use my inspiration on this one.
I'm good at cast
Like,
guidance.
it's freaking. Alright, uncheck that. Check advantage. Go to abilities. Because this feels like the super important.
I have a question, Kyle.
Yeah, what's up?
In Kryn, that's the name of the world, right? It's Kryn? Krynn.
Yeah.
In Kryn, does gunpowder exist? Or no? Is that an invention of this time?
To my knowledge, there probably would be gunpowder, but it's only really going to be something readily available to the gnomes and dwarves of the mountains.
Understood.
I could absolutely be wrong, though. I'm new to the setting, so I don't know everything.
All good. If you don't think it would be here, it's not a big deal. I don't think it would.
You want to roll the d4, Olaf?
Was there an idea that you had?
If gunpowder was available in Vulgar, there was. It's kind of a shady thing that Nimoy would do. But I don't know. I don't know if he. I don't know if my question was, I don't know if Nimoy would know of its existence, of gunpowder existence.
I would say he would know of its existence. I think it is, especially as world traveled as he is, he would definitely be aware that dwarven technology has access or relevance to it, and gnomes, especially with their tinkering. And there is a gnome that lives in Vogler as well.
Nimoy would go there.
Okay. So that persuasion check, you will see that several fishers approach the stage as people are beginning to depart and offer the use of their personal vessels to Raven. And as they begin to do so, you note several other people, especially a few from the fishing contest, step forward, offering their own personal vessels and requesting help to pull them out of storage. Now, you will also be approached by Becklin as the crowd is dispersing. Nimoy, are you still with the group at this point, or have you departed to search for Thane's house?
Probably departed.
Okay.
He'd
So
be gone in the crowd.
Roger. So Eldquin, Alafi, and Thrag are here?
Might just be me and Elquin. Thrag, I think, is preparing the boats.
Yeah, I am getting the boats ready.
Oh, okay. I assumed you were just preparing Bakaris's boat and then rejoining everyone. But if you're still gone and you weren't there, that's totally fine.
If I was there, I was going to intimidate him by staring at him just like his son.
All right, so it's just Alafi and Eldquin who will be approached by. I almost called her Bakaris, Becklin. She has a worried look on her face. I appreciate everything you all are doing for Vogler. I believe I just heard message that someone had arrived bearing a message from Cudgel that I am to deliver to the mayor, if you would like to accompany me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you meet up with Becklin and Mayor Raven at the Brass Crab. A small collection of villagers has followed her, asking a variety of questions about the evacuation, supplies, how much to bring, where to bring things, how elderly people are going to be accommodated. She answers all of these questions as quickly and succinctly as she can as she moves back to what has become her command center at the Brass Crab. Nimoy, as they are making their way back to the crab, I would like a survival check from you to track down Thane's residence. Okay. You try your best to search the town, but with how busy it is, with people rushing through to get back to their homes and prepare things to evacuate with, you aren't able to find Thane's residence. But as you are searching from street to street, you spy the next best thing. You find Thane, who is currently carting a bunch of objects from the wharf. It appears like he himself is in the middle of his own evacuation plans.
Alright, I'll approach him. You are Thane.
Oh, yes, indeed. I am Thane. I recognize you. You're one of those adventurers that I showed my invention to
Yes. I apologize for prejudice, but, you would not happen to have gunpowder, would you?
Oh, well, I do have a small amount for my own experimentation.
What is
Why do you
small
ask?
amount?
A modest amount of 5 or 6 barrels.
Okay, how much for the barrels? Or do you
I
plan to take them?
Well, no, I didn't really feel it was smart to, well, load my boat full of explosives.
This is
I was
good
planning
idea.
to leave them at home.
We would not want them to fall into wrong hands. I have a good idea for this gunpowder. Would you
I'm
lend
all
it to the
ears.
city?
Sure.
Wait, you are engineer, yes?
I am.
Perhaps you help me. We take the gunpowder, and then he points up at the castle. We blow up the west wall of the castle. You tumble in, make it very hard to get in and out of Volga.
But I do suppose that would work. Assuming the tower crumbles as intended.
Well, that is where you come in. Explosions go off in the right place. Tower tumble into the crevice.
Oh, okay. How about this? Yes, I agree. Would you at least help me get my things to the wharf, and then once we've done that, we can blow up the tower?
This I will do.
And you, just to be clear, you've cleared this with Becklin, right? That's she's responsible for, maintaining that place.
No. I will take your car to wharf. We will blow up tower. Come on.
Okay, then. he appreciates your help but you get the idea that he's less okay with the plan now that he knows Becklin is not perhaps aware of this plan.
Yeah, Nimoy doesn't understand why that matters. It's not going to be her tower anymore.
All right. So we will rejoin the other part of the group. At this point, Thrag, you would have easily been able to accomplish the task of preparing boats, or at least had villagers take over for you, now that the people are informed of what the plan is. Would you like to rejoin everyone at the crab, or is there something else you want to do while evacuation plans are ongoing?
I think he'll wipe his hands like good. And this one large boat here, it's all the fancy decoration been torn down. Amazing. And with that, he will return to his compatriots.
Yeah, as you're returning to your compatriots, you will see a rather portly and exasperated man shout out from the street, "What have you done to my boat?" You see Lord Baccharis, who I'm pretty sure I've shared a picture with.
I have
everyone
him up here. I have all the NPC photos up for the
Perfect.
stream.
So yes, this man dressed in all the livery with a small crowd of people behind him. He has taken out a handkerchief and started patting the sweat on his forehead as he looks upon you, anger flush on his face. "What have you done? You've destroyed the Bacarian!"
Is that an animal? The fish I caught.
"No, my boat!"
Oh, which one?
Towards the vessel
more
that you just
specific.
defaced.
No, I merely removed the more useless objects attached to it. This way it will be able to carry more civilians.
Most of those were just on the outside of the boat.
Slow
It's
it
not gonna
down.
fit anyone else.
The weight. We're so heavy and gaudy and shiny.
What do you know? You don't know anything. You're just muscle.
It's not true. I have feelings.
And Oh,
And now my
get out
feelings
of
are
my
telling
way,
me.
you useless animal!
What did you just call me?
I called you a useless animal.
I stare at him like I stared at his son.
You see his nose turn up. You would do best not to direct your glare at Bakaris Uthesteed, hero of Vogler.
He nods. He goes, You're far braver than your son.
Get out of my way!
I walk to the center of town.
Yeah, and he walks past you. You see several villagers, their backpacks all heavy with clothes and belongings, shooting you like this. Okay. This nervous glare as they make their way with him. And you will rejoin the party at the Brass Crab. Now, assembled here is Mayor Raven, as well as Becklin and Darrett, Eltquin and Elathi. And almost on Thrag's tails, we see another individual enter the scene. We see Cudgel herself. Her face is dirty from riding hard on the trails outside of town, and she sighs. Well, I've got good news. Raven, my men are in position north of town. The regiment will hold, and at the very least will present a not so attractive target for Vogler. Perhaps now, this army, when it shows up, will decide we aren't worth the time. She smiles weakly. Thank you, Cudgel. I appreciate you lending us the aid of your mercenaries. Yes, we will be able to hold for a time, even if they do decide to attack. We are positioned in such a way that numbers won't be much of a concern, at least for enough time for you to evacuate. And I have also taken the liberty of establishing a forward camp up the road so that if you need to reach my forces or if we need to send messengers back to Vogler, that will be possible. Thank you, Cudgel. I appreciate that deeply. Well, the villagers have already begun evacuation plans. I'm going to be joining them shortly as well. I imagine I will have to see you in a few days after this has all been said and done. Cudgel nods her head. Once you're all safely away, I'll see that my men break rank and flee into the forest. I don't think they'll really have any means to pursue us with the town open to them. In fact, she turns her attention to Becklin. I had hoped to ask you to be there, Becklin. My hope is that if they see a Knight of Solamnia among our ranks, they will be less eager to provoke the knighthood, and that might dissuade an attack altogether. The Order is a significant force and not one to be engaged with idly. There's a silence in the room before Becklin nods her head. Elathi and Eldquin, you will note that a grimness has settled down over her, something that you haven't seen in her before. She's normally very different in her demeanor, but now there's just this shroud of almost concern and darkness hanging over her.
Becklin or Cudgel?
Becklin. Cudgel appears optimistic.
I'll speak up and say, I already know that they've killed the caravan of knights. They tried to do so without leaving witnesses, but whether they intend to reserve themselves from the Order, I don't know if that's going to be a deterrent for them.
Cudgel nods. Well, at the very least, something done in private is different than something done openly. That is an
Indeed.
entire army.
Indeed.
Either way, a Knight of Solamnia will certainly be an asset on the field if it does come to blows. Well, I wish you all the best of luck. Me and my men will buy you as much time as is possible. And she turns and leaves the building. Well, Raven takes a deep breath. I suppose holding this position doesn't really make much sense anymore. I am going to adjourn to the wharf and see to my people and make sure this process goes as quickly as possible. To all of you, Eldquin, Alafi, Thrag, I appreciate all of what you've done for my village since your arrival here. I know it wasn't what you intended when you came to your friend's funeral, but I'm thankful for your presence, and if you can see it in your hearts to help in the meantime, I know the people of Vogler will be most indebted to you. But if there's anything else you need to speak to me about, you can find me at the wharf.
He's been loved this place. I do not wish to see it raised, but if it is to happen, I wish the people to be safe. That is what he would have cared most about.
He would, Becklin says. Darrett, the mayor brings up a good point. I would appreciate it if you helped her prepare the village for evacuation. Help as many people as you can, especially those who are less capable, elderly people, those who are injured, or perhaps any of the wounded guard that will be needing help. Those who survived the attack, at least those who are still being mended for it, can't quite help themselves right now. Of course, Becklin, I will see to that immediately. He adjusts the sword belt at his waist and marches out of the room. Raven turns and leaves as well. Only Becklin remains. And she turns to your group with a very grim expression on her face. I have something I need to speak with all of you as well.
This is the knight, correct?
Becklin, yes.
Yeah. Yes, by all means, speak, Captain.
I am unsure how long Cudgel's men will be able to hold for Vogler. I implore that you help as best as you can. But I do have a personal request. She takes the helmet in the crook of her arm and puts it on. In the tower, under the bed, there is a box. I would ask that you retrieve it and bring it with you. When you make it free of Vogler and hopefully to Calaman, please give it to Darrett. And not before.
Okay. I will do this. And
Thank you.
he'll give her like that knowing look. Is there anything else that you would request?
Takes a deep breath and looks out the door. And then looks back to you. No. I ask only that.
Godspeed.
And to all of you as well. It has been an honor. I have known all of you a very short time, but it's been chosen as friends well. And I am glad to count you as a friend of mine. And she walks out the door.
I am honored, sir. Tears up a little bit.
Elton would probably make that his first priority, is go get that, and then would start helping people. So that would be his first one. However, that lines up time-wise with
Boom.
That could be fun.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Okay, so Eldquin, you are moving to the tower to retrieve this mysterious package. Laffy, what are you up to?
I guess I will go assist with boats. That makes the most sense for me.
Excellent. Thrag, what are you going to do in the time allotted to you?
Not sure. I could help with the boats. Elquin, do you have any other suggestions?
We have the boats, helping people get their private boats was one of them. Getting the ferry broken down.
I know. Thrag will carry all the elderly. He can carry. They are frail and small. I can carry multiple at the same time.
Excellent. And Nimoy, you are helping Thane with his evacuation and then transporting barrels of explosives to the tower, yes?
This is right.
Okay. And that is what we will see our party do as they break from the brass crab. Some of us already underway, others joining the evacuation effort, and Eltquin heading up the tower to retrieve Becklin's last request. Now, interestingly enough, Eltquin will be able to make it to the tower first. And entering inside, you easily find the package that she spoke of. It is rather large, and when you pull it out from the bed, you find that it weighs a lot. The box is sturdy and bears no markings other than a simple kingfisher emblem on the lid.
By a lot.
70 pounds.
70 pounds. Big yike.
Drop that 45 pounds of scale mail.
Yeah, if I do that, I'll just barely be under my carry weight.
Just toss to the side. Who needs it?
Eldquin values that a lot, though.
The scale mail?
Yeah.
Oh, what do you value more?
You know?
Or does Nimoy come to your rescue with a bunch of barrels of gunpowder?
You could always... I think your carry weight is like your weight before you are slowed.
True.
So you could just carry it down and then toss it on the
I will.
knight.
About how long of a walk is it from the tower to the brass crab?
I'd say it's about a 7-8 minute walk.
Okay. I am going to burn a level 2 spell to cast Levitate.
Okay.
Cast it on the box.
On the box.
Ooh.
It can levitate something up to 500 pounds. And essentially I can move it up or down, and then if I pull it, it will essentially just come with me, and I'm not carrying it, I'm just kind of pulling it along.
Right.
But it lasts 10 minutes with concentration. So
Okay.
I'm gonna take that
Perfect spell.
down from that to the brass crab, spending that 2nd level spell slot.
Okay. Yeah, you make your way out of the tower with the box at least leashed or in hand, however you decide to take it. And you will hear voices approaching from around the corner before you begin your descent. It's a familiar voice. You recognize Thane. He is talking at length and to great detail about the logistics of detonating a tower and how much explosives he imagines it would take. When you see Thane, you also see he is in the company of Nimoy, and the two of them are currently hauling 6 crates of what you can only assume must be explosives up the pathway. Oh, this is one of your friends, isn't it, Nimoy?
This is my brother.
Oh, your brother. Excellent. Hello, Nimoy's brother. Something? Equin?
Eldquin, yes.
Eldquin.
Nice box.
Likewise.
Mm.
Back when it is her last request.
She going to fight then?
She was requested by Cudgel.
This makes sense.
This is to go to Derek once we make it to Kalaman. Not before.
I leave that to you. I need past you.
You're blowing up tower.
I am buying Kalaman time.
That would get rid of the road, but don't forget there's cliffs.
Have you seen armies scale cliff? No, they take a long time.
Well, I cannot help you with this at the moment, but I will
I did not
stop.
ask for your help. Go, deliver your box.
Well, meet back at the crab when we are done.
Maybe.
We will have to find a boat for ourselves as well. I'll work on that.
You do that. Let me know.
Will do. He'll keep going before his spell expires.
Will do. Okay. Nimoy, it doesn't take long for you and Thane to rig up what is, to his description, the best bet to get the tower to collapse into the pass below. Do you see it through?
Nimoy, after getting everything set up, he would it's only 8 minutes back and forth. He would ask Thrain to wait here.
Okay. Yes, I can certainly wait here, but I swear if I see any banners come up along that road, I am to the wharf, and this is all your job. He laughs nervously.
You see banner, you light it, and then you get out of here.
Okay, yeah, sure, that sounds great.
Nimoy's gonna try and find Becklin and Raven.
Okay. Yeah, you descend back into the town, and Eldquin, you are the first to get to the crab. Was there anything you were wanting to do there you know that Mayor Raven left to oversee things at the wharf, so this building is actually unoccupied currently.
He would probably, as long as the spell's still up, he'd start moving towards the wharf as well. He's trying to find Thrag as a potential person to carry this.
Sure. We will say that Thrag helping people move in and out of town would definitely be easy enough to spot, especially since he's carrying elderly people by 2 or 3 arm bushels at a time.
Thrag, when you are done at that, I have something else for you to carry. Very important.
More elderly.
No, it's a box that will come with us, but that is it.
You're a kitty, an old woman says, who's currently riding on your shoulder.
Pulls my hair.
Yeah, she pets it the wrong way. Oh, such a big, handsome boy.
Do the knights proud, Thrag.
Yes, that's one of the duties expected of me. I will carry your box soon, after I put these citizens on that very large and now very plain boat.
Did you know the kitty was a knight? I didn't know that, you call him Sir Scruffles. You'll hear them beginning to talk as Thrag makes his way to the boat.
Yes, here, speak with Lord Yes, speak to Lord Baccharis. You have some new guests aboard your boat.
Yeah, you will see that as you make your way back to the wharf, Baccharis, Uth's steed, and his boat are nowhere to be found. But you will be able to find a boat for these people regardless.
This is not good. Are you with
Well,
Thrag
he
right
did
now?
have a bunch of people with him, didn't he?
He did.
I think he did.
He made a very loud and boisterous announcement about leaving with anybody who wanted to come with him. Now, there is an electric energy making its way through town that all of you hear. People shouting from down the street or from inside homes. A messenger had arrived in town, and word has circulated that a force carrying red banners with claw marks on it has been spotted marching down the road to Vogler, and that battle is imminent.
That doesn't line up with the Takesis band, right?
If you stop and question people more thoroughly, they do say claw marks that are in a circle.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like, messages being passed from person to person, getting a little distorted, but general description lines up with what you've seen.
Okay. How are the evacuation efforts going?
Judging from your brief amount of time at the wharf, not great. They're going quickly enough, but it's a lot of people and a lot of boats and a lot of things having to be done all at once. It is chaotic, but a chaos that is managed, if only by the fact that there are enough people helping organize things. It's as organized as it possibly could be.
And it was Nimoy coming after? Is that what I heard?
He's looking for Becklin and Raven.
Okay.
Nimoy, you would not be able to find Becklin, but searching for her, you would hear that she has departed to join Cudgel and her forces north of Vogler. Raven, you will find at the wharf, and I would say that both you and Elthquin would be here at the same time. Any of our characters could be here at this point because there's a lot of back and forth happening.
Raven,
Yes, Nimoy.
is everybody left the city who is leaving?
She shakes her head. As you can see, there's quite a few people who still have to leave.
I
There's
mean
a
through the
throng.
gate.
Oh. Sorry. I believe, yes, we have everyone in town who is leaving.
Good. I am sealing the passage.
I believe Cudgel was using that for people to communicate between the village and the forward camp.
What do you mean?
The runners, the people who are communicating between Vogler and the soldiers and vice versa.
Why does there need
Any-
to be communication?
News and updates on whether or not a battle is happening or if the evacuation doesn't need to happen.
They
Hopefully.
just got news that there's army starting to march this way. They would not know this.
These things, they are inevitable. We should close the gap.
How are you meaning to do that?
Points at the tower.
Close the gate?
The tower.
She doesn't quite. You
He makes
see
he makes a
what kind of
little he makes a little like
caricature, yeah.
it
I-
will buy time for Calaman. This army is not stopping here. My concern is not only for these people, but for all the people who will be in this warpath. If we have opportunity to slow them down, we should take it.
She looks lost in thought for a moment.
We
Turns
make
her head
Vulgar
towards-
inaccessible.
I am not going to take responsibility for that decision. If you think it's a good one, I guess you have permission.
Tis
At least
poetic.
no one will stop you.
Tis poetic. The keep will protect the city one last time.
I suppose I wish you luck. Just try not to hurt anyone. I do have guards posted at the gate. Get them to leave first.
I will make sure they keep others from going through. And that they are well out of their way. And he'll go do that.
Okay. Raven will look dismayed, thinking about destroying the tower, but she returns back to helping people get onto boats. You do see that a great number of them have already begun to cast off and drift downriver, but there's still a dense crowd of people still loading up boats.
I will point to Eldquin before I go and say, you hold the boat for me, and the gnome. If I can bring the tower down on top of the army, I will do this.
That puts us in some dangerous territory, but I will try.
I will only take this opportunity if it seems possible.
Protect yourself first.
I am an old man. My business is more in protecting others.
Yeah, so Eldquin will try to find the boat that they had that had been loaded with Thane's things, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be able to find a small, relatively gnome-sized dinghy that is loaded up with a couple suitcases that has been tied to the wharf.
Is there enough room for our party on that boat?
No. There's enough room for Thane and his belongings on that boat.
Okay. It is literally just a personal little boat. Okay.
Yeah, it is Thane's personal boat.
It's a little buggy.
It even has, I would even go so far as to say it even has a pedal-like contraption and a wheel on the side of it.
Yeah, it does.
Of course it does. Yep. Eloquent's gonna look to secure a boat for the party as well.
Yeah,
And
you
start load that chest into it.
Yeah, you begin to look for a boat, and Raven will approach you and say, "Alquin, I see what you are up to. There is a boat for you and your friends. I have set one aside. You need not worry for your survival. You are looking after my town, and Vogler will look after you. Have no fear."
That is appreciated.
That being said, that does look awfully heavy. Is that something you want on it?
Yes, that's what I was trying to do. Do that and then go help other people. This was sentimental for other reasons.
Understood. She calls over a rather burly-looking man. Gerald, please, could you load this onto the boat that I'm saving? Yeah, sure thing, Raven. He picks it up. Oh, okay. And then he hauls it off to one of the boats that's tied at the end of the wharf.
Elton will make a mental note of where that went so he knows where the boat is. And then he's gonna nod to Raven and then start heading out to help other people start loading their stuff and get out of there, and maybe organize things if that's what's needed. But he has theoretical logistics but has never tried them out, so there's varying degrees of things that he could help with. But
Roger. Yeah. All right.
I make a call that that at least the three of us who are still at the wharf should probably stick mostly together for safety reasons.
that too. Yep.
Yeah, that's fair. So we'll see our wharf members sticking relatively clumped for safety reasons. And Nimoy making his way to the tower. Nimoy, you will be able to get there easily enough.
Can I shoo the guards away or just tell them not to let anybody pass?
Oh, the guards at the gate.
Yeah.
You're heading to the gate.
Yeah, I want to make
Yes.
sure the gate that they weren't going to get killed.
Gate is on the way, I think.
Yeah, it's relatively nearby. Yeah, you do see that those posted at the gate are wearing recycled armor from the militia. Both of them are younger boys, and they're carrying large pikes and looking nervously up the road. When you call them to attention, you see both of them literally jump 2 inches off the ground and turn around. What? Yeah. What?
You two, get to the wharf. If you catch anybody coming this way, you turn them around. You say the gate is closed.
One of the boys speaks up. Mayor Raven said we're supposed to keep watch for riders.
The rules have changed.
They look from one to the other.
Orders have changed, I think you would say.
Yeah. Can you give me a persuasion or intimidation check to convince them?
I don't know if I want to say no, because he's not going to be able to do either of those. He's far too awkward. I don't think because I am terrible at charisma, but I kind of want to theme that to him. I don't think I'll make the roll, but I don't think he is trying very hard. He's not good at this. He's just here's information, and then he'll go.
Absolutely. I see this more as the orders have changed, convincing them to believe that orders have changed.
The most he'll do here, I'll do intimidation instead because it's the same. He'll just say, "You do not want to be here when tower falls down." And then I'll do intimidation.
All right.
Which is very bad.
Yeah. One of them looks to the other and says, "Raven said that we needed to watch out for anything from the Ironclad." The other one says, "Yeah, I don't think we're supposed to leave." And then Nimoy says something about the tower falling down, and they look between each other. Well, you know what? It's probably for the best if we weren't around when that happened. Yeah,
You do
didn't
not
your mom
want to
say she
die.
needed help?
No.
Yeah, your mother needed help moving some of the things. Yeah, you're right. Let's abandon their posts.
Very right. Yeah, goodbye. Just goes, I don't know why they not listen to me first time. It's fine. And he'll make his way to the tower. Hopefully the gnome is hopefully he's okay. Hopefully.
Yeah, you get back to the tower and you see Thane is, mostly just watching the road. He's nervously tapping a foot with his arms crossed.
Lay him back.
And good. You're back.
How long is it?
How long? As long as we need it. We can cut it ourselves, right? So.
Do you think this tower 100% fall, or chance that it does not?
He says, looking at the barrels. Well, the tower is old. The powder isn't great. It's a decent enough fall. I would say it was 75% chance.
Do you think this good enough chance? Maybe we bring tower down on top of army?
But I'm not sticking around that long. If you want to, feel free.
I wonder if this is a good idea. I do not want to draw ire of the army, nor do I want to be involved. Perhaps better thing to do is just close the gap and let fate decide the rest. So
yeah, at the
many
very
lives
least, that'll
on
slow him
my
down,
hand.
right?
Yes, I do not want to kill this many people. Not all at once.
Yeah, sure, that makes sense.
You have killed a lot of people. Nah, don't think about this. Alright, we are blowing up tower.
All
I
right.
made sure road is clear. If it is not, perhaps some people die. Alright, let's go.
I mean, all right, let's do that. And we will watch you make the final preparations, cut the wick for the appropriate amount of time, and then set to lighting the fuse. And it is as the two of you are descending from the tower, getting to a safe distance, we will see in the distance a lone rider on horseback making his way down the road to Vogler.
Can I stamp out the thing?
You know what? I'll say your passive perception is probably high enough that you would see the runner. Yeah, you can.
Like, if Thane goes to light it, immediately Nimoy just puts a foot on. 1 second.
Oh, all right.
There is the rider.
Yeah, we see the rider, and as they get closer to Vogler, we recognize the armor that this person is wearing. They are one of the Ironclad, and they are booking it on this horse. As he's
Yeah, go ahead.
as he's making it into the pass, you can hear her shouting at the top of her lungs. What's your passive perception?
1 second. 14? 14.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, you can hear her shouting, "They're coming! They're coming!"
I wait for her
And-
to get in, and then I'm gonna blow up this tower.
Yeah, you wait for her to get to the gate, and as you reach out to light the fuse once again, you see a flash out of the corner of your eye as an individual rushes from the woods on the cliff atop Vogler, jumping over the ledge and falling down upon the rider as she shouts, "They're coming! Evacuate now! The dragon army!" Slam! This draconic figure pounces on the rider, tackling her and her horse down on the fish gate.
How far down?
And
on the fish gate?
30 feet. Yeah, they're at the fish
I
gate.
fire at this guy.
Okay. Yeah, you take your shot. As you are taking your shot, we will see the rest of our party is currently making their way down the main road near the... Oops. Hold on. Okay. Had some stuff autoplay. At least this time it wasn't Brennan shouting again. Let me get some more appropriate music going for this. Oh, whoops. That's the wrong window. Okay. The rest of our party is also nearby the gate, helping with the evacuation as we hear the rider shouting out, they're coming, and then silenced. Enough that eyes turn towards the gate where the rider was tackled down. Those near the ground can more clearly see that the horse was dead on impact, its fangs and claws ripping its throat and spilling blood across the fish gate. The rider currently scrambling up from the ground as we watch Nimoy unleash a hail of shots against it. Please give me initiative as our players are in a combat situation. Most of the group is 45 feet away, while Nimoy is perched on the cliff above. Okay. Add these to encounter. Okay. Funny enough, and perhaps appropriately so, Nimoy, you are first to act. Please give me those shots.
Got it. Beginning of combat, I believe, because of, what is it? One of my abilities, because I have Gloomstalker, I have 3 attacks at the beginning. So Dread Ambusher gives me, yep, the start of my turn. Walking speed increases by 10 feet. If I take the attack action, I make 1 additional weapon attack with an extra d8. So I'm just going to do my regular first since we figured out how this stuff works. So I'm going to take my first attack, main action on this thing. Probably not a hit. 10.
10 will not be good enough to hit this thing.
Okay,
As it rears over the scout, you get a good view of what this thing looks like.
Okay.
Oh God.
Understood. I am going to... Oh crap, I closed it. Can you put that back up? By any chance?
Sure.
Thank you. I'm going to go for the second attack. This is going to have the Dread Ambusher, which is on. So, and then potentially Favored Foe. I will use Favored Foe if this hits, but it'll only expend if it hits. But I'm going to mark it on here in case. Wow.
Oh no.
Okay, so nothing on that, and then my bonus action attack. Wow.
Ooh. Oh shit.
So this thing can fly, right? I saw it fly.
You saw it pounce from up above.
Pounce.
You haven't seen it fly yet.
Mechanical alert. Nimoy's probably dropping here. I am fairly low HP, so I was hoping that would get him. It did not. So Help
All
me? Help me.
Well, luckily, Nimoy, you are positioned in a way that it may not come after you.
I don't know that. I don't know. That has wings.
Eldquin, it is your turn. You see this monstrosity, not literal monstrosity, but you see this creature looming over the corpse of the horse, taking a step towards the scout who is scrambling on all fours to right herself.
So Eldquin is going to... Let's see. You said he's 45 feet away?
Yeah, from where you are currently.
Okay. So if I move 30, I'll be 15 away. Can I get it? Is the scout is like directly under him essentially?
Yeah, she's currently prone, crawling on the ground.
Okay. I'll do it anyway, but on my way running up there, I'm going to say, "Brother, light it!" And then...
Are you sure about that, Jacob? You guys fighting under the tower?
We're inside the city.
You're
gates,
in the
right?
city gate. So you in
Yes.
the gate?
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought you
Yeah.
were just outside the city gates. I was like, oh, light it.
Well, it'll slow down the army. I'll take out
And
my
crush
party.
my brother and all my friends. Okay.
And then he'll run up to that 30 feet, so he's 15 feet away, and cast Color Spray. So in order to do that,
Yeah, does this one look like any of the things that we saw before?
Like a bigger one, almost.
This does look like one of the creatures you fought in the ambush. Yeah. The ones at the very beginning of our
So don't get near it.
arrival to Vogler.
Could explode if you're too close.
If you want to give me a... I think that would probably be a wisdom. Probably perception check to recall which one it was. Or a survival check. I'd say either one of those.
They're the same.
Oh, nice. Okay, you recognize this thing to be the one that, when it died, released a cloud that petrified Thrag.
Okay.
how do I roll multiple of the same dice?
Right-click as you're holding it in your hand.
Okay. So if I hold it, right-click. Okay, I guess I roll 6d10. And so the scout's actually going to get in the way of this, I think. So 26 HP. So starting at whoever has the lowest HP in that area, they get, I think it's stunned here. Or something. No, blinded. Starting with the current creature with the lowest current hit points, each creature affected by the spell is blinded until the next turn. Subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on to the creature with the next lowest hit points. So it's like sleep, but it's blinded instead of sleep.
Okay, and does it need to affect all of their HP or just any amount for the effect to take hold?
A creature's hit points must be equal to or less than the remaining total for the creature to be affected.
Okay, and with a 26, we'll see the color spray shoot out, the scout screaming, "I'm blind!" covering her eyes. The dragon is unaffected.
Alrighty.
Now
Maybe it should be less of a target.
Now the guard won't see it coming.
Is there a check to resist that effect, or anything during your turn?
Don't think so.
I don't think so with the sleep color spray style once we roll a number of dice.
Right. Yeah. There's no, because of the hit point thing, it is not that.
Okay. Is there anything else you'd like to do on your turn?
I think that's gonna be it for me.
Okay. Alright, so next is the scout's turn. They will stand themselves up, and not being able to see, she draws her short sword and takes on a defensive stance. She's going to fight defensively, seeing as she can't even see her attacker currently. And that'll bring us to our draconian opponent, who is going to attack the scout.
You make sure he's on the combat tracker so we can target him.
Oh, yes, he is. There you go.
Thank you.
Okay, he will take 3 attacks and miss all 3 of them. The scout managing to deflect one and haphazardly dodge 2 of them as she stumbles around blinded.
The blindness helps. It's like Drunken Master.
Apparently.
I can just see Elkwood like describing this over his shoulder to his teammates, like, it helps.
Jacob, every time you turn your camera off, it messes with the cameras. So
Yeah, that should be the last one. Sorry, I
okay,
was
you're good.
Alright, it is Laffy's turn.
Okay, well, I guess I should probably deal with this thing.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
We'll go with Ray of Sickness. That seems like a good spell choice here. Add it. $15 hit it.
Yes.
It takes 8 damage and is poison. Oh, I've got to target it. Try
It's
ask
okay.
for that.
Yeah, I got the damage done.
And it's poisoned, so until the end of my next turn. Disadvantage on attacks.
very nice.
Perfect. Thrag, you're up.
Okay. How far away am I from this guy?
You're 45 feet away.
45 feet away. Just double check Thrag's movement. Thrag
He's
is
looking even greener in the face than he did 6 seconds ago.
Oh, throw good. Thrag can't see the color green because he's colorblind. But yeah, Thrag will run at him 35 feet.
Excellent. You run 35 feet closer.
And is he still going after the poor knight, the rider?
Yeah, he did just try to murder her, but didn't manage to land any blows.
Okay. I'm going to just want to read this. I'm 10 feet. Okay, good. So I'm going to point blank chuck a javelin at this guy.
Okay.
So let me just open the combat tracker and target. I'm assuming. Okay, yeah. Then I'm going to actions to chuck a javelin at him. Not rolling hot tonight, boys.
An attack will in fact miss, unfortunately.
Seeing that, Thrag will let out a roar. In fact, you could call it... Yeah, where is my roar? It's under abilities, right? Yeah, I'm going to use Daunting Roar. And as a bonus action, I can let out an especially menacing roar. Creatures of your choice within 10 feet of you that can hear you must succeed on a will saving throw or become frightened of you until the end of the next turn. The DC equals 8 plus my proficiency bonus plus my constitution bonus.
All right. Which save throw was that again? Sorry.
That is a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. Okay, you let out a roar, and this draconic monster looks up at you, his face sick with green, and you can tell by the glare in his eyes that he's afraid.
Yeah. And Thrag takes out his axe. Fight someone your same size.
Yeah, it'll let out a as it holds its blade in its hand, staring you down. Nimoy, it is your turn.
I moved to light the tower.
Okay. Yeah, it's a simple enough action. Thane is there to help you, so when you approach it, he hands you the lighter, and it will just be part of your movement action.
I light it with my pipe.
Oh, okay, even better. You light it with your pipe, and it begins to, burn the wick.
And I pick him up, and I say,
"Oh,
let's go."
Yeah, you don't hear much retaliation on the side of Thane, and where do you go now?
Down the passage, trying to get out of here.
Okay, so you're either going down the slope to join your friends more directly.
Can I safely go down the slope?
Yeah, you can. It's at enough of an angle that it would be more just difficult terrain than a hard check. Okay, so we'll watch Nimoy with Thane on one arm sliding down the wall of the pass and landing roughly on the ground. And that was your movement. What else would you like to do? Would you like to use the rest of your turn to dash?
Do I still have an action?
I figured. I said the lighting it was part of your movement.
Okay. I'll shoot him if he's within 30 feet of me.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yep, I will shoot him. So main action, fire. 24. I'll favored foe him. So I have that on there. We'll do this. 10.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a chunky blow to his back.
Do I still have a bonus action?
Yeah.
I will bonus action second shot. And
hits.
9.
Ooh.
I think we're about to have to drag a blind statue out of the gateway.
Yeah, I was about to say. Nimoy slides down the side of the pass, takes 2 shots, plugs this thing in the back, and it boom, and he explodes.
Hey, he's got a save. He's got a blind save.
Yeah,
wait, he died? He died?
Put
yes.
19 damage into his back, yeah.
These things aren't super tough. We killed three of them at level 1 or 2.
All right, so our poor scout here needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
You can do it, buddy. Come on, man.
Oh no. Yeah, she hears the sound and begins to run, but in the wrong direction because she can't see, and ends up running through part of the cloud. this thing turned to stone and then collapsed, releasing this gas that you see the scout take in, and she shouts, "Ah! Ah!" and turns to stone. Nobody else is affected, though. You're all too far away. That's the end of combat, though. What would y'all like to do?
We should get her out of here before tower, yes?
The tower's
Or
about to
should we go
blow.
part of the tower?
Let's go.
I grab the stone lady.
I will help and try to make sure that she doesn't lose any appendages upon along the way.
I'm gonna stay 45 feet back.
All right. Yeah, we see Thrag pick her up, and Eldquin instructing Thrag how to carry her so that no arms or legs get, God forbid, broken off. And
Well, wash your hand.
exactly. As everybody makes their way into Vogler's more populated areas towards the wharf, as you reach the Brass Crab, you hear it. Boom! An explosion rips through the air above Vogler, turning our attention back to the tower as we see a huge explosive plume bloom outwards from the side of the tower. And there's this moment where both Thane, his eyes excitedly glued to it, and Nimoy glaring towards it, waiting to see if their efforts bore fruit. The tower holds for a few seconds before you hear an echoing crack and the sound of grinding stone as that gray-white tower begins to list to the side and then collapse with a thunderous sound that rumbles throughout the basin that Vogler sits in, and it collapses into the pass. You see the dust cloud picking up, filling the air with a gray fog as you turn and begin to head back towards the quarry, or the wharf. Well, Thane says as he skips gleefully. I didn't think we were going to do it, but we did it!
Good job. Let's get you on the boat.
Oh, my gnome flinger was on top of that.
It's not
Oh, well.
anymore.
Now it's a barricade.
It serves its people once again.
And our party will make it back to the wharf, and we see the evacuation is still well underway. Actually, I'll turn the ambush music off and take us back to this. So yes, back at the wharf, we see Raven still doing her best to organize everyone and keep the evacuation moving steadily. When she sees your party, you see a smile creep onto her tired face. Well, I presume that went according to plan, since I don't see the tower anymore. It gave us all quite a fright when it happened, but
It's good. Get people moving faster. The army is nearly here. We just fought one off in the courtyard of the front gate.
Did our stone friend become not stone?
by now, I would say that effect has worn off. Where am I?
You're about to get on the boat.
Oh, I'm in Vogler. She
Don't worry,
pushes
you're
on
essential.
Thrags and gets back up, brushing off some stone chips on her uniform. I was instructed to warn everyone. The army is coming. They've engaged the ironclad, but they broke into two prongs. They're engaging the forces, but another force is currently making their way to Vogler.
While you were asleep, we brought the tower down into the pass. That should slow them down a little at least, but this is still something we probably need to do something about on a macro scale.
What are you
And
talking
you-
about?
They split their forces.
Oh,
There's one force coming here. That thing we fought is the first of them.
well, hopefully that they see the passage or maybe heard the explosion and will turn away.
If we were so lucky, I'll buy you a beer.
This is done not just for these people, brother. This is also done for Kalaman. If those soldiers die, their blood is not on my hands.
It's not the soldiers I'm worried about. It's more the army getting here.
No, they'll get here one way or another. But a town with no clear passage in and out, it will hurt them.
True.
You see that you aren't the only people who are listening in on this conversation. The people around you have grown eerily quiet at the sound that the army is actively approaching. An eerie quiet has settled itself over the people around the boats. Everyone quietly loading and boarding vessels. With how many people are here and how quiet it is eerie. But it doesn't remain that way for long. You hear a scream echo out from one of the boats as a woman points over the roofs of Vogler. You turn your eyes to where she's pointing as panic begins to wash over the other villagers. You see cloaked figures emerging at the cliffs above Vogler, spreading wings and descending into the town. The invasion has begun. Raven looks to all of you and she says, "We are not nearly prepared enough for people to be in the town. Please, there are still people in houses that need to be brought here. Can you go and fetch them?"
Nimoy leaves.
Yeah, we'll go. But prepare your people to fight.
She looks around at the very unarmed people here, and she says, "Right, Darrett, there are still a company. There's still a few people from the militia. They're supposed to be helping with evacuations at the silo. Could you go fetch them?" "Of course, Mayor Raven, I'll see to it," he says, grabbing his sword and buckling it at his waist. And he takes off as well. Your party moves into Vogler as you see large pillars of smoke begin to eke out on the north side of town. And you begin to hear the sounds of, destruction, looting, laughter. There are figures moving through town that don't belong here. But you make your way as quickly as you can, being led and directed by a few villagers towards people who still need to be evacuated. As you are making your way up a street to the sound of property being destroyed in a nearby building, you hear a scream. You turn around the corner to see 5 people, 2 men and 3 children, hauling belongings down the road. Crashing through a window, you see one of those draconian creatures. It sneers greedily at them. You are on the other side of these individuals. This invader, 45 feet from you. Give me initiative.
This isn't good. Do we have a image of what this person looks like?
This is another one of those draconian creatures, the green-scaled, grinning monster.
Okay. Give me a good roll.
Why do I still have Bacaris's picture open? Get out of here. Out of here, buddy.
Why wouldn't you have Bagaris' picture open? He's the real hero here.
He's motivating me, is what he's doing.
He's the only one who's saved people so far.
Okay. Okay. I'm missing someone. There we go.
We still have a scout as well.
Yeah. Let me clear her. She stayed.
She can help protect the wharf.
She might not get blinded there.
Yeah,
At least she'll be able to see. I think that's what we would have seen as well. She takes up a position with Raven to guard her and the other people. All right. I have rolled initiatives. Draconian moves first. He charges forward, holding both of his swords above his head as he assails the villagers. Whoops. Let's not have Nimoy target the villagers.
What is he doing? No, no!
Betrayal! Okay. One of his attacks misses. Let's see what happens with the other one. Alright. One of the men pushes one of the children with him away and turns to face his attacker, dodging one of the attacks but not being quick enough to avoid the other as he catches the scimitar. It deals a heavy blow. We watch him grab his side as that metal sinks in. The creature rips the blade back, sending blood scattering across the streets, and the man shouts out in pain. Ah! He looks nearly mortally wounded. It is Laffy's turn.
Okay.
It is a shock that thing didn't kill a fucking commoner in one hit.
I guess he's 45 feet away?
Yeah.
Okay, then I will hex, and can you let me know when an hour is up?
Yeah, I can do that.
Alright. And then I will... This feels like a guiding bolt moment, just to try and make sure he is... Just to... Since it's one, and I want him not to kill any more commoners. I miss!
Oh no! Alright, we'll watch the guiding bolt sear past him.
No more free guiding bolts.
Alright, Thrag, that's up to you.
Okay, how far away am I from him?
45 feet.
Another 45 feet?
They're down the street.
Oh my god. Okay, I run up to him. I run up 35 feet. I throw a javelin at him.
Let me see it.
Where is... Okay, and I'm going to...
Yeah, he's like... He's licking his blade.
Alright, I'm gonna
peering
use...
at this guy.
I'm gonna use, my ability, precise attack. Get advantage on this swing or attack, and I will get if it hits, I do a plus 8 damage, 1d8 damage.
That hits.
Okay. So this is a d6. Jesus. And a d8.
9 points.
Nice.
Your fight is with me, coward.
Yeah, we'll watch that javelin crunch into him. He'll rip it out and throw it onto the ground next to him. Nimoy.
Nimoy's turn. Okay, I am going to... He's 45 feet away.
Yeah.
I will move 30 feet up. Or not 30 feet. I will move 15 feet up, and I will fire my first attack. This attack action will get 2 attacks because of Dread Ambusher. So first strike is going to be a 21.
That hits.
I'm out of favored foes, so this is just a base damage of 6.
Nice.
The second attack will be the Dread Ambusher, which I'll apply here. 16.
That hits.
This is the Dread Ambusher. Damage 10. Damage.
Whoops. Yep. I'm doing math. Okay.
Oh,
how do you kill him?
I didn't target him. I'm so sorry. I should have done that. Just pulling it right out of the holster, and it's just going right into him. 2 shots.
Excellent. Yeah, we'll watch this guy get hit by a javelin and then multiple bolts nailing this guy as he reaches a claw for his intended victim, sneering as he begins to turn to stone. As
There's
the
no
stone
other targets, right?
No, it was just him.
Okay.
The stone slowly overtaking him, sneering as gas begins to leak from the cracks and it explodes outwards. The commoner he was attacking is still in melee with him. We're gonna have him make a save.
This commoner is succeeding his save because he's an amazing commoner.
He lived.
He does not.
Oh.
As he turns to stone, the others around him backing away as quickly as they can. One of them shouting, "No!"
It'll be fine, it wears off.
All right. You
Carry him
managed-
to the wharf.
You managed to save these people. Perhaps this was, in fact, for the commoner's benefit. The stone state staunching the blood flow from his now gaping scimitar wound. But you will have been able to save these people. Aldquin, you will recognize one of the men who is gathering up these belongings as one of the individuals that you shared stories of Ispin with on the night of his funeral. He was one of the first people to applaud your retelling. He is far too panicked to recognize who you are as he grabs up the rest of his items and grabs what must be his daughter's hand, and they run down the street thanking you as they flee. We will see eventually, within the next minute, the stone effects wear off on the other individual. He falls to the ground, confused and disoriented. Are all of you sticking around to help him, or are you moving on?
I'd probably at least stick around to tell him the rest of them kept going. You were turned to stone momentarily. Get to the wharf.
How far are we from the wharf?
Okay. You're just about 200 feet.
Oh, okay.
You ran into town and this encounter happened. Yeah, he thanks you weakly as he clutches his side and begins to limp off towards the wharf.
There may be others. And he'll start going towards... There were more areas to go. Was that correct?
yeah, there were more people that needed to be brought back to the wharf.
Okay.
You are able to enter the town and search for these people. Give me a survival check for your party.
Who? All of
who?
us? Is that everybody?
Yeah. I would say just whoever's going to lead the search. That would be the person rolling the survival check.
It should be me.
Yep. Give you advantage.
Okay. So, with the 16, you are able to make it into town, which is slowly beginning to be lit on fire. Flames gathering and raising into the sky. Black pillars of smoke taking to the air, filling the area around and making it difficult to breathe. You are able to find multiple groups of individuals. There was a elderly couple that was struggling to bring some things down from a second floor. You were able to get them out of a building. Another person was trying to haul some food out of a cellar and in a panic got themselves stuck in their stairwell. You were able to pull them out as well. Making your way down the streets, you hear a disconcerting sound echoing through the town. A creaking, shrieking metal noise of something lurking and moving through the streets. You can't quite pick out where it is, but you can hear its echoes in the din of the shouting and screaming that has become the soundscape of Vogler. Making your way through the smoke-choked streets, you hear a man shouting in anger and frustration. You turn a corner on your way back to the wharf, and you see, or rather hear, the sounds of clashing metal. When you round the corner, you see two of Vogler's remaining militia members struggling to hold their own against the reptile-headed invaders. The scaled soldiers are sneering and mocking the militia, hissing and laughing cruelly at them. One of the members having already fallen, the two remaining looking weak and battered, the blades of the Draconians in front of them wet with blood. Do you engage?
How many of them are there?
Oh, did it not say? Oh, yeah, I guess it didn't say. There are two guards who are alive, and they are surrounded by 5 Draconians.
I don't have much left.
I got a lot in the tank still.
I can't see Nimoy leaving these people. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think we have to help them.
That's fine.
All right. Let me grab that encounter really quick.
You're gonna be doing a lot of that Sacred Flame twin spell stuff.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but we're level 3. You're supposed to do that.
Yeah.
It's true.
I'm hoping I don't lose concentration because I've got an hour of Hex.
Oh, sure.
Interesting. Okay. Boom.
And an emergency star form if need be, but I only have one left.
Okay, give me initiative, please.
I'm letting everyone else figure out what's going on first.
Apparently Elquin also can't let that happen.
Oh my god. I just cannot roll anything above a 10 tonight.
All right, everybody's rolled. Altquin, you are first to react to the situation. both of the guards are wielding pikes and trying their best to keep these draconians at bay, who are teasing the soldiers by just running their sabers up and down the edge of the pikes and easily dodging their retaliations when they try to jab.
How far away are they, you said? 45 or 60?
Oh, these are 30 feet away.
30. Okay. I'm assuming 2 of them are next to each other.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna say that's numbers 2 and 3, if that's alright.
That works.
And then you'll see, this is a common thing that I don't think I've described yet, but the black circle that is on Elkfin's forehead will start to illuminate, and it will turn into a full moon on his forehead. He holds up his staff, and you'll see rays of moonlight beam down on those 2, and I'm in just Sacred Flame. Can find the actual action. Cast. There it is. Alright.
Ooh, nice.
Both of them. Oof. Do I need to roll it twice, or is that just for the first? Or I don't know how that works.
You just click on the damage, and it should apply it.
So I did the damage already. Did it do 1 to each of them?
It did it to none of them. You're not targeting anybody, actually.
I thought I hit that. Okay.
So go ahead and roll the damage again, just
Yeah.
to make sure it's actually doing it. Boom.
There
So
it works.
Okay,
hit
so
both of them.
okay, so it should hit both of them for 1 instead of 3, though. So
Yeah. Okay. We'll switch that back. I wasn't gonna say anything, but yeah, we'll do 1.
Okay.
Excellent. Was there anything else you wanted to do?
He will back up 10 feet as well. So he's 40 feet away.
All right. First guard will look over his shoulder, see all of you there, and he will spy Nimoy. And he'll turn back towards the Draconians and he'll say, "The Breaker of Benabog is with us!" And he'll stab with his spear.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at this because this is the last thing me and my friend wants in his life. He's like, no.
Folk hero in 2 towns.
You can't escape this life.
All right, he makes an attack on the first Draconian, stabbing forward with his spear. It's already reeling from the sacred fire, giving him an opening to get that spear strike in, stabbing between the scales of its mail and drawing blood. And we'll go to the other guard.
Let's go, guards.
Yeah, he will.
I believe in them.
He will.
Temporarily.
He will attack. You see that they are doing so with an almost inspired state as they are joined by the Breaker of Benabog.
Oh my god.
He will also make his attack. And, ooh, alright. Another hefty spear strike to the first Draconian that you managed to hit, Jacob. Who, after taking that spear to the side, appears to be, like, breathing heavily, already bloodied. It is Nimoy's turn.
You see them shouting, he looks over, like, they must be talking about one of you. And I just shoot. I start firing. I'm already targeting Heavy Boy, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do my first shot. This is new combat, so Dread Ambusher is right at the beginning. So
Yep.
we're going with crossbow. That's 20
Yay, Breaker of Benabog, let's go!
for 8. 8 to
Oh, he's
number
still
2.
barely alive.
Okay. Then we are going to do. I'm going to untarget him, if that's the case. Target the other wounded one, and then hit him with Dread Ambusher attack. So here comes the Dread Ambusher attack. Oof, 12. Probably no
Subtle
good.
miss.
Okay, and then we'll retarget number 2 and go for my bonus action crossbow expert. Ugh, bad turn. Bad turn.
Man.
One good shot in there, and the other 2 hit the scale armor.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see those rounds bounce off of him. Let's see.
Let me get some water.
Alright, they're going to make their attacks on the guards.
Oh boy.
2 misses. Alright. Next guy, also going to attack the guard. One hit, 1 miss. Alright, we will watch it take a swing with that scimitar. Crunch right through that donated armor like paper. The guard screams in agony. Now it's the next guy's turn. Gonna target that wounded guard. With 2 misses.
They're good guards.
Alright. Yeah, the guard's somehow managing to avoid getting struck. One of the Draconians is going to target the second guard. Oh, those are 2 hits. Okay, we watched 2 heavy attacks lay into that second guard, bloodying him from one flurry of blows. And the final Draconian will make his attacks on the wounded guard, scoring a critical hit. Alright, we'll watch as that final Draconian slinks past his friends, taking both sabers along the left and right side of that guard's neck and decapitating him immediately. He falls to the ground dead on the spot.
I think we can heal that.
So Effie's turn.
I guess I will target the wounded one. Assume before it gets back to them, someone can kill the heavy one, and I hit hard enough that.
Here's hoping.
So, cantrips there. I will chill touch the wounded one. after
Both
I
of them
target
are
him.
wounded. The bloodied one or the untouched one, relatively.
The
Yeah, we
I
have
target
three.
number
It says
three.
we have 3 healthy ones.
yeah.
This
Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh, that's a hit.
A bonus action, move my hex to him, apply the effect, and 8 damage to him.
Very nice. All right. Is there anything else you wanted to do for your turn?
Now, hey,
Will do. Thrag, it is your turn.
Okay.
There's 1 bloodied draconian, 1 moderately wounded one, and 3 fresh ones.
I'm gonna
all
walk
of
up.
which are within range.
Okay, I'm gonna hit the nearest fresh one.
Okay.
And Thrag is going to rage. He's going to roar. He's going to see all these poor guards dying. And he's going to rush forward. And he is going to use a precise attack on
do you
this
have any of
guard.
those left?
I do. I've used one. This is my last one.
I believe you used one in our lasting session.
Oh, oh, you're right. This is the last one.
This is the last one.
No, in fact, I do
Actually,
not have.
no.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
have
don't have
any.
any.
I don't have any. You're right.
Yep.
Okay. Then Thrag is going to reckless attack with this, and reckless attack basically gives them advantage next turn to hit me.
You advantage this turn.
I do.
Let's go. Time to kill a dragon. Dragonoid. Draconian. Oh, we'll kill him next turn.
We have good rolls.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was a miss. Anything else you would like to do for your turn?
I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
All right. In reaction, I cry is perfectly valid. Eldequin, it is your turn.
Okay.
I believe in you. You can just take out the 2 wounded ones.
Oh,
Right.
thanks.
You know, not as much when I don't have like things I can do, you know?
Yeah, but you can target 2 things and do 10 damage to both of them, right?
Here's hoping, you know? I'm gonna do, I don't have any sorcery points. Yep. Here we go. Sacred Flame time. Similar thing.
Ooh.
Okay. 8 damage to both of them.
It didn't target.
Right.
So
didn't
it cleared the target after I hit attack for some reason. So the damage one, I gotta retarget after attack rolls.
That shouldn't be what's happening, but fair. You will manage to kill the wounded one for sure. I'll add up the damage for the other one. Who is definitely bloodied.
Alrighty.
All right.
He's
Anything
gonna,
else?
I guess, sidestep 10 feet, so he's not in a group with the. Well, everybody else is kind of run up.
I think you
Well-
backed up, didn't you?
I backed up. Yeah, that's true. But I'll try to also be spreading
Oh,
out
not
a
in a
little
straight
bit
line?
as well.
Yeah.
Fanning. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. It's the guard's turn. He looks towards his now headless companion with fear in his voice. He shouts out, "Damn you bastards!" And he will attack this one.
I
The one that
believe
was
in you,
heavily
guard
wounded.
number
Guard
1.
number 1. Let's go! Oh, that's a hit, thanks to his folk heroed inspiration. For 4 damage. Oh, that Draconian's still barely alive.
Says he's dead.
The other one.
The second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one is definitely dead already. Which I didn't ask how you killed him because we were distracted by the thing untargeting. So my apologies, Eldequin.
Yeah. Same move as before, so sunbeam or moonbeam coming down on him. Just radiant fire.
He's moon spamming now.
Yep.
Oh God, I
Moon
left
fire
World
spam.
of Warcraft to avoid this. All right,
I'm not a moonkin.
it is Niwai's turn.
DM, if I use Hail of Thorns on Draconian number 3, that will strike every creature within 5 feet of it. Who would that hit? What's my best
within-
Hail of Thorns situation here? How many bad guys could I get with the Hail of Thorns?
You could get, with how things are currently in my head,
That's what
you
I'm asking.
could either hit you could hit 3 of them at the same time if
Okay.
you hit also Thrag or also the guard,
Or also the
or
guard.
you could hit 2 of them.
Yeah, 2 of them's not the most worth it to me. If that's the 2 choices I have, is hit Thrag or the guard, or 2, I'll say no to Hail of Thorns. Instead, I will bonus action Hunter's Mark. So I'll spend a spell slot and I will Hunter's Mark.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you refresh me on how Hail of Thorns work? Is it
Just
on a
5.
point you choose?
It's I hit the target and 5 feet around the target. Everything within 5 feet of the target in a radius.
Yeah, they're either all next to the guard or Thrag at this
That makes
point,
sense.
So.
I'm gonna do Hunter's Mark. I will put my mark on. I can only hit 1. I mean, action economy. We gotta get rid of some of these things. So I'd hit a fresh one because it's Hunter's Mark, but that's fine. We're just gonna plunk this. Go for my action to attack.
Will do.
Natural 1.
No! Okay.
And that's my turn.
Man. You're having a hard roll night, man.
Nah. It's just dice. it's just dice. Turn.
All right. Yeah.
You need a dice jail. A digital dice jail.
No,
If only.
that's silly. It's all just
That
random.
one's dead.
All right. He's going to attack the first guard.
Are you making sure you skip one of them, Kyle? Because one's dead.
He is dead. Next one. I mean, I'll use the same rolls. Yeah. Still 2 misses. So we'll go on to Draconian 4, who is targeting Thrag, because Thrag just tried to attack him recklessly, and he's going to take advantage of that. Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's rough.
Okay, that's a critical strike on Thrag. All right, so that's 11 damage.
I take half.
Resistance.
Very nice.
Region.
So you will take half of that, which is 5, and then
Half of that as well.
the half. No, well, that was half, right?
11. Half of 11 is 5. Yeah.
Yeah. So the second of the multi-attacks will also hit. So you'll take half of this, which is 3.
So 8 in total.
So 8 total damage.
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Why? I haven't been damaged. Why am I?
Because it auto damage. Kyle's gonna have to fix it.
Oh yeah. Can you fix that?
Oh yeah, you were at 0 before?
Yeah.
Okay. This guy's... I think he's going to keep attacking the guard. Why did he roll with advantage? Because he's attacking the other guard. Ah, okay. Clear targets. Go for the one that isn't prone, which is giving you advantage. He still has advantage. Why?
Did your advantage get stuck on?
Nope. I dragged over the wrong guard because I'm that good. Okay. All right, that's a hit for 6 damage. That guard is holding on by a bloody thread. All right, and this one, seeing Thrag so juicily exposed near him, is not going to turn and go after the guard, but rather Thrag. With advantage, that was a miss.
Nice.
Second was a hit, though. So this will be 3 damage again. So that'll bring
To 11.
to 11. Cool. All right, a Laffy.
All right. I think I just have to target the 3 again, just to kill him.
He is holding out for a surprisingly long time.
He'll touch against him. And critically miss.
Oh no.
And since someone else will kill him before I get to him, I'm moving my mark to 5 for my bonus action, I guess.
Roger.
The way we're rolling, you might get the chance to kill this guy. it might come back around to you.
I was trying to save my wild shape for whatever sort of boss encounter there is in this thing.
If there is, we're probably not going to be able to fight it. We'll see.
Got 1 level 1 spell, the 2 level 2 spells left.
Hold on to it, Alex. You can do it, man.
I need to keep the 1 in case one of us falls.
Exactly. Good idea.
All right, so that'll bring us to Thrag.
Thrago.
Drag, you can
Okay.
kill one of them. I believe in you.
God, I hope so. I hope so. I wanna hit the one who crit me really bad.
Absolutely, feel free.
Which one is that?
4?
That is number 4.
Ah, my dread nemesis, Braz Draconian number 4.
That's
Okay,
my
I'm-
name.
It's my name, Braz
Number
Draconian number 4.
They call me Fours.
All right, I just turning on rage just to make things content. So gonna reckless attack again. Come on, Thrag. Come on, Thrag.
That's a hit.
Okay, and as he hits, in the midst of his rage, kind of like I can't find that statue that you posted the last time Thrag had a vision, but I imagine his axe is embowed with like a cosmic, kind of like Dawn in Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
But imagine like blue and purple.
So
Like
like
very-
dusk.
No, but like bright, like vibrant.
Oh, okay.
Like not dark in any way. That embows his axe and it empowers his strike. So first this is +2 additional damage.
Rich
Ooh.
should grab it. I didn't.
So that's 2 additional damage, I think.
Yeah,
With-
well, it's picture
with
rage, so it works on its own.
16.
All right, yeah, with one strike, you
But-
bloody this
But
thing.
there's more. Divine Fury. He's going to take. I wish I knew. Okay, I guess I didn't. All right. I guess the last time I tried to put this into my abilities, it didn't work. But let me just read it really quick.
D6 plus 1.
Yeah, D6 plus 1. Where did you find that? How do you know?
Because I looked up your ability.
Oh, you didn't. Well, thank you. Half your barbarian level, which is 1. Okay, so that's and an additional D6 plus 1. So 3. So that's 19 damage.
Nice. That leaves him barely standing from just one strike.
Wait a minute. Oh, it is 19. I thought you got more.
Well, how much does rage give you?
Just
2.
2. I thought it was
2,
more.
just 2. I did 2. That's all right.
Back
Elfman.
to me, huh? Third verse.
There's
same
2
as
of
the
them that are
first.
very hurt.
Yeah. Get them both.
Okay, so targeted 3, targeted 4, right? Cast which is their save thing. 2 failures.
Come on, high.
No, like
Oh.
no damage.
Oh,
I think
fuck.
is how that works.
No, they failed, so they take damage.
Yeah, they got a 9 and a 1.
Yeah,
Versus spell DC 10.
those are dexterity saving throws. It rolls them automatically when you're targeting.
Yeah, read it from the start. Save
So
9
they had
versus
successes
DC 10.
before, and I was dealing damage. So
Save 1, but this says what they're rolling, 9 and 1.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So they
The
were
previous
succeeding, and
turns,
we were
they
adding
shouldn't have.
damage on them. Got
Yeah.
it. Well, you know,
Shit.
sometimes you fuck up, but they still take damage. So
Don's fucked up.
that was my fault. I should have been
I
paying
think
attention.
your save is set wrong, by the way, too, because your save is set to 10.
That's also a thing. I have to fix this. I'm gonna deal the damage first.
Right, that draconian finally
You
dies.
killed my one with the hunter's mark. No.
You can move it with the bonus action.
I know, but my bonus action's also an attack. I was hoping it was still alive. It's fine. That was the one I didn't want to die.
Whoops.
It's fine. I would have had to move it eventually.
All right, so we watch one of them go out in a blaze of sacred fire, the other barely holding on. As we go to guard 1. Still, actually, I forgot this. The draconian that died near him turned to stone and exploded. So this guard needs to roll a saving throw.
Alright.
Do any of his allies have
He
to
succeeds.
roll?
No, they are immune to this effect. At least I'm double checking now.
That would just be interesting, that's all. That's the only reason for bringing it up.
Huh, I thought they were immune to this effect. They're not.
They can be if you
no,
want to be.
no, we're going to play this fair. So when it gets to their turns, we'll see if any of them turn to stone.
That's kind of crazy.
Steve
blew up! No!
Friendly fire! Friendly fire!
No!
So guard 1 is going to attack the draconian that's still alive and horribly wounded. Let's go.
Go guard.
Go guard. Guard hits.
Twice.
Guard does damage. Draconian dies. Draconian explodes.
Jeez. So
No.
it would say in their condition immunities, if you were looking at like an ability or anything, Kyle, unless you were already looking at condition immunities, it would be condition immunities petrified. Because
Unless it's in a different location. Let me look.
if it's not on that sheet, because it would make it would make sense for them to be immune, but I was just like, if they're not, how does that work? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah.
An army that can turn itself to stone.
Steve died. No. It's just really
Get away!
really inconvenient.
You could give them like advantage on the save because they know to like hold their breath or something. I don't know, whatever the situation is, because they might be familiar with it if it's their own innate ability, right?
Yeah. You would think. But I'm double checking their sheet here. It doesn't say they're immune to this effect.
Oh,
And it doesn't say they're immune to petrify either. So
interesting.
perhaps
Well, they
this
do
was
petrify
over-
when they die, so.
Yeah, they
It's
do
true.
turn to stone themselves when they die.
Well, either way, the guard needs to make that save.
Does the guard hit with the first? Oh yeah,
It would
That
be
second
better for
hit
him to
is
be stone.
different guy.
Yeah, he did. He hit Draconian 4 and it died.
Oh, it's saying I see 2 hits for him.
They get 2 hits. That they're rolling advantage because
Yeah,
they
he
rolling
rolled
advantage?
with advantage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nimoy got a new title, I guess. That's a cool one.
Excellent. So that guy's gone. Guard's turn is over. Decapitated guard is dead.
You can probably knock him.
We will hear a voice echo from around the corner behind the party. I thought I
Hey.
heard someone needed some help. We'll see Darrett shoulder a heavy crossbow and attack our draconian friend here.
Get in here, Darrett.
Good job, Darrett. Even if you miss, good job, Darrett.
Okay, he crits his first attack. That's our boy.
That's our boy, Darrett.
All right.
Holy smokes, Darrett.
A heavy bolt blasts into this draconian, sending scale mail flying around him as
Love
it's
it.
shattered completely, and he takes 10 damage. Darrett then drops the heavy crossbow, draws a greatsword, and charges forward. He won't get... Actually, no, 30 feet. He would be able to get into melee. So he will take one attack with his greatsword against the same target.
How much did he level
They're
up
at
yesterday?
higher level than us?
Yeah, how did he level? How did the raw recruit level up so quickly?
For 6 damage. He's almost dead.
Darrett's amazing.
All right, it is now Nimoy's turn.
Bonus action, flip my Hunter's Mark to Draconian 6. Target Draconian 6. Making an attack roll. 17 should hit, right?
That hits indeed.
Add the Hunter's Mark damage, and he will suffer 9 points of damage. And that's my turn.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Dead Draconian. He doesn't act. This Draconian doesn't act. He's also dead. Oh, this guy's dead too. This guy's still alive, but he needs to make a saving throw or be turned to stone.
Which will be interesting.
He turns to stone. Alright, this other guy is definitely in range. Actually, no, it's just 5 feet. Double checking.
I think that's what you said originally, because we've been 10 feet away and not gotten it, right?
Yeah, it's just 5 feet. He's okay. So he's going to continue his assault on Thrak. Thrag, I forget. Did you reckless attack?
I did.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. That's 1 hit that has missed. And he crit the other one. Okay.
It all
So
evens
you will take
out.
5 damage. Let me reduce that by 5. Okay.
So Petrified Boy has a. We have advantage against him, but he has resistance to all damage. So we know.
That's yep.
Alright, I'm going to target the. Actually, since he's petrified for a minute, change my mind. I'm targeting 6, and I will move my mark, even though it was on 5, and my Hexamet and attack. Hey, I hit for once.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, there it is. 14 points of damage to him.
Jeez, yeah, he dies. Yeah, that chill touch draining the heat from his body and destroying him. Unfortunately, that means Thrag needs to make a saving throw. Thrag, do me a favor.
Can I see this coming?
Sure.
Okay.
You're familiar with how these guys work.
It's a con saving throw, right?
Yep.
Oh, I don't think Hunter's.
Yeah, that's for
think-
Dex.
Yeah. Okay, I will roll my save.
Do you have... No. It's just strength.
Saves. I'm rolling
Nice.
really bad tonight, boys.
I mean, 15 or above is considered broadly
Easy.
successful.
Yeah.
You succeed. You don't turn to stone.
Not this time.
Laffy, was there anything else you wanted to do for your turn?
No, that is everything.
All right, that brings us to Thrag.
Is there
There's
anything?
only one Draconian left, and he is petrified.
my arch nemesis.
So, honestly, let's be real. Even with resistance, I don't think that statue is going to hold out for an entire minute. So, I would assume our party spaces themselves out appropriately and just lights the statue up from 5 feet away.
Pretty much.
Dust
Yeah.
and pieces.
I want to see how much a reckless attack will do to it.
Well, that is the only way you can turn yourself in. He has advantage for one, so you don't need a reckless attack. But that's the only way we can get turned into stone is by you attacking.
Oh, that's right. I'll back away.
Just throw javelins. All right, so that will see this encounter done. The Draconians fall defeated. Darrett smiles triumphantly, and he punches Thrag on the shoulder. He says, "Hey, well done."
Yes.
Send the guard.
There's blood on him now.
Now, the guard, barely alive, supporting himself on his pike, approaches the party. His head looking like he can barely keep his helmet attached to it. He corrects the angle and looks to the party again. Thank you.
Get
We
the
were,
boat.
we just, yeah, we got the rest of the people out.
To the boats. With you.
Thy heroes. Derek, nice work.
You too.
Good job.
Impressive strike.
Yeah, our party starts making their way back to the wharf, and Darrett updates everyone. After you had left, a group of them had attacked the wharf, but we were able to stop them. But they know what we're doing, I think. We have to be faster. And that's when our party will rejoin the wharf. You will see that there are petrified chunks of dragon corpses strewn about. It looked like 5 or 6 of them had broken out of the town and attacked the wharf directly. Raven is holding a sword. You see the scout you saved is bloodied but unbowed, and they all look towards you with like hope. Relieved that you have rejoined the wharf. Raven calls out to you. Was that everyone? I heard that you had saved a few people.
That is all we could bring back, yes.
Yeah, the guard shouts back at her as best she can. The last of the people should be here. The rest of us didn't make it. All right, Raven says. Everybody form up. Let's get the rest of these boats loaded. And keep an eye down on the streets. We want to get this done before anyone else shows up. All right, and final preparations for the last remaining boats are underway. Though, it is as this is happening that the more observant of us notice something. I believe that is Eldquin. No, poor Eldquin. Sorry.
Not me.
Poor Eldquin. All right, so Nimoy and Alafi, both of you will see this. A distant... Actually, let's turn the music back to... Both of you note a distant flash of light catching your attention. Atop the cliffs north of town, 3 figures sit on motionless horses amongst the shadows of the trees. The glinting of the light is that of a reflection from their plated armor. As you turn to make note of it and alert other people to their presence, when your attention returns to the spot, you see that they have vanished. Though you cannot help but feel haunted by their presence, the center of the riders having an almost macabre skeletal facade etched onto its helmet. You don't have much to reflect on this, however, before you hear screams. You hear someone running down the street. They rip through the smoke hanging heavy in the road, and you hear them shout, "Dragon!" They scramble for the wharf as something lurches into view. Pitching this way and that, its scales clanking like steel plates, a black beast draws near the wharf, flanked by reptilian invaders. Flames crackle from its gaping maw. The maw opens, and we watch a gout of fire stretch across the wharf, hitting the large wharfmaster's building and setting it ablaze. An explosion rips from the second floor, sending debris flying in smoking rubble, scattering across the road and the wharf. Villagers scream in panic, and our party is launched into battle once again. And that is where we will leave our session for tonight, as our players engage a vicious mechanical beast.
All right.
We grab, because it is 10:40. I'm assuming we would like to pause it there rather than going into a boss fight.
Yeah.
Okay. But I will get you this really cool monster, so you
Oh,
can
no.
see it.
I think what was the one that might have already been open? Just the way
Actually,
you're describing it.
it could very well be.
Is it Boiler Drac? Because we've had that one open since the
Yeah,
beginning,
it is. It is the Boiler Drake.
I got it.
Where is it?
It's in the images. Uncategorized.
Damn me, sharing images I shouldn't have shared. How
Yeah.
did that happen? I can't remember.
It was literally first episode. I was like, are we supposed to see this? And I clicked that for like a half second. You're like, no. I'm like,
Oh, this
"Alright,
is a level 3. This is not a level 3 encounter.
he's big.
It is.
How'd they get that in here?
Yeah, didn't we like destroy the road? Like block the road?
Maybe like did popped a wheelie down the cliffside.
Here we go. Let's see.
They've already got it up for the stream.
Yeah, I want to set the battle map for us so that we can have something to remember and plan for
Oh, sure.
next week.
Show me that battle map.
Yep. having to grab some stuff from. Okay. Share record.
Cool.
This is where we will be making our final stand. And we...
Glad you saved that spell slot.
Yeah.
Thrag and Nimoy are bloodied. This is gonna be great. Oh.
Somebody, let's see, make a note that I still have. Does the chat stay, or does it refresh after every time? Can I put a note in chat for next time?
I think it refreshes. So
Shit. I don't know if I'm gonna remember this. I have. I'm concentrating on. Like we gotta remember your hex, Alex, and my hunter's mark because they should both still be up.
Jacob, would you mind making note of that
I am doing it.
for us? Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And feel free to position yourselves as well. I'm putting y'all on the map.
Oh, yeah, there I am. Cool. Very cool. I'll just be back here. We'll figure it out when we get there.
Did you move on top of a levy?
Did I? Yeah.
Oh, yep.
Oh. Yeah, I'll just be in the back row. Alright. This will be the fight.
I mean, I would
Very
like
cool.
be on the docks if I could, but at the same time, here,
Right,
we'll go there. We'll go there.
Could you not put yourself on the dock?
No, I can. It's just,
Doesn't
you know,
if
what's
it's
my
what he
area
wants.
of deployment?
Does a Laffy have any healing magic?
That's why they
Good
save,
berry.
They save their level 2.
Also, Nimoy, I'm gonna put this in your inventory because I absolutely forgot because I'm a terrible GM. When you saved that guard, he put in your hand a potion of healing.
Oh, sick. Yeah, pop that in my inventory. Or maybe I can. I think I can.
I believe I just added it. but
Okay,
let's
cool.
Make sure.
I don't see anything.
Maybe it'll work
in my-
now. There it
goes.
is.
Yep. Awesome.
Cool.
Can you make a note of that too for me, Jacob, so I don't forget that I have that?
Sure did. I already did it.
Alright. Might be a potential future bonus action. Let's
All
see.
right.
You want to sign us off?
Yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for this session of Dragonlance as our players work their asses off to save Vogler. And next time, we will find our group standing heroically against this mechanical draconic beast so that the last of Vogler's citizens can escape down the river, hopefully to safety. Thank you again for joining us. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.